Hello, and welcome to another episode of Sharkbites. Today, the host is me, the Lemon Shark, joined by my other co-hosts are the Hammerhead and the Mako Sharks.
Hello.
Hello and welcome.
So, this week or this month or whenever you guys listen to it, this episode, we are reviewing another anime show. Well, it's a Chinese and Japanese anime show together, but the show is called To Be Hero X. X is an X-ray. And yeah, it's a pretty interesting show. I'm the one that chose it, or chose it, chosen it. And yeah, the reason why I chose it, so I actually got the anime introduced to me by my sister and brother-in-law. I was visiting them one day, and every time I visit, they always like, "Oh, check out this new anime show we discovered," and they showed the first two episodes to me, and I was very intrigued by the animation style and the story, and I decided I'll make you two watch it with me and discuss it, how we feel about it. But yeah, it's a pretty cool show. It's from what I understood, it's like a Chinese anime, but this one was there's several studios, and there's like a Japanese studio and a Chinese studio working together, and I think the original language was also Japanese, but I'll have to do some more research onto that. But
Oh, really?
it's really interesting. Yeah, the interesting thing about the show is that there's like different animation styles. Like it starts out like 3D animated, kind of looking like kind of inspired by the Arcane and Spider Verse animation style, where
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that now.
yeah, it's like it's a blend of like 2D and 3D and stuff. But um, so before I go more into detail about it, the ratings online seems like most people who've seen it really enjoy it. The IMDb is 8.6 out of 10, and on my anime list it's also an 8.6. So a lot of people really enjoyed it there. So I think a lot of it came just from the animation because sometimes I kind of forget about the story and just get lost in the animation and how good it looked and stuff. Um, but yeah, I guess for you two, what do you guys think of it critically?
Overall, it has a high rating. Everything I've seen, you know, it's. I think, like you said, the rating on IMDb it was like what 80.6, and then 8.68 in my anime list, 85 out of 100, 85% whatever on any list. Overall, it's a very similar consensus of it's a good show. And it's interesting because it's one of those. It's a Chinese show, which, well, you already mentioned. It has a Japanese studio. It has its own dongua, their Chinese version of web novels or manga. I can't remember exactly. I haven't read too many. And those have been picking up a bit more in the past few years. And I think this is kind of that route. I think the last one we watched together that was similar was the one Chinese anime about, oh gosh, King's Avatar. That's what it was called.
Yeah, the one about the video game player that's really popular.
Yeah, I can't remember what that thing's called, but the
I don't think I was there for that one.
really.
Yeah, that doesn't sound familiar.
I'll send you a picture afterwards, and you might remember it anyways. But we're not talking about that show. But they're picking up more, which is neat because you kind of see different styles of shows, and you might find something that you might like that you wouldn't have expected because it's just not like the thing in Japanese anime at the moment or ever. And so, To Be Hero X, if you've read manhwas and other similar Chinese web novels, it kind of gives out the same vibe, and so that's why it was like, okay, it was good enough. People are very excited that it's in animation form, and so it has a really good rating critically. Going off of that, and I'll explain more when we talk about it. It wasn't my exact cup of tea. I did enjoy parts of it, and then other parts I was like, it's kind of getting a little tiring. But I'll share a little bit more later after Mako shares his thoughts.
Critically, it's hard to like. I'm kind of in the same boat, or I have sort of mixed feelings because I thought parts of it were really good, or even really cool. But there are also parts I didn't like. But I think that's just kind of my own bias leaking into it. Because like the different art styles, I thought that was so cool. It starts off 3D, and then usually during big fights, it'll suddenly switch to 2D. I'm like, what the heck? And then part of the thing about the show is that they move to different protagonists every 3 episodes. So, and they start switching up the animation at that point, like between 3D and 2D.
I realized they were doing that a lot when it was like in the past.
Oh, in the past, like they took place at different times.
Yeah, and then when it was present, they went into like the 3D.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And like that's really clever. I love that. So, but well, I also kind of like how it feels a little bit like it's getting into the same territory as The Boys, that Amazon show,
Okay.
where it's like these are corporate owned superheroes. Just kind of to give the gist of it, this is like a setting where if enough people believe in you, I think that's how it operates. Like if enough people believe in you, you start gaining superpowers. Or maybe it's
Yeah,
like
it's
if they
based off
believe you.
of trust.
Yeah,
Like if
trust.
you have a lot of trust, everyone's like born with a trust value, which I thought was very interesting coming from a Chinese anime. It reminded me a lot of like the social crap. What's it called? Social credit.
Credit. Yeah.
I'm like, this is. I thought about like this is a Chinese show, of course. Like they're everyone's because that's just the heroes too. Like every single person has like the number on the wrist, and if you get one person to believe in them, it's like, oh, your value goes from 0 to 1, and it's like your trust value is what makes or break everything in your life. But anyways, you go ahead and make up.
Yeah, and like the way I understand it, it's like if they, I don't know if it was that the higher your trust level is, the more powers you gain, or if just people have to believe you can do something and you can do it. But like in the beginning, one of the more popular heroes, a guy named Nice, he has thousands of fans and he can fly and has super strength and all this stuff. So naturally, that kind of leads to this setting where corporations start sponsoring some heroes, trying to get their trust factor up by, marketing them. So then it's like cool, they get a wider reach, which means they get more trust and more power, but then the corporation is running their life pretty much. So
Yeah, it's
like the
also
first, oh sorry.
sorry, but it's also not just the corporations too. Like depending on like the person's or your people believe about you, also affects like your abilities. Like there's one character who's like all silent and brooding, and all the fans expect him to act that way, so he literally cannot talk at all. And
Yeah.
same with like they people believe these two characters are in love, but then they're really not. But like because everyone believes they are, this girl can only teleport or use her like teleportation gun to get to her supposed boyfriend. So it's like interesting how that works.
Yeah, and then I remember bit of a spoiler, but first few minutes of the first episode, this
This is
popular what?
spoiler. This is spoiler full review.
Oh, I mean, I can skirt it if we want to keep it spoiler free.
No. We're reviewing everything. Spoil away.
Well, that hero I talked about, Nice, in the first few minutes of the first episode, he commits suicide right in front of the protagonist. Just walks off a building. It's almost funny because the character looks down after him and says, "Can't he fly?" And yeah, like basically because he bears a passing resemblance to the guy, the company that owned Nice, for lack of a better word, kind of dresses him up and dyes his hair and tells him to act like Nice until they figure out what to do next. And the thing is, because the fans believe that he's nice, like when he's out in public, his eye color changes, his voice changes. Like he looks and sounds exactly like Nice, even beyond all the makeup and everything. So
It
I'm
helps.
like, that's. Oh, sorry, go
Oh, I was just saying it helps to have the same voice actor, but yeah.
ahead. Yeah. Yeah, it's like that's an interesting concept, similar to what the boys did. But I have some beef with that too, and we'll get to that later.
Okay, okay. I guess besides critically, how much fun did you guys have watching it?
Well, what about you? What did you think about it critically?
Me? Um, I don't know. I feel like animation wise, I give it like a 9 out of 10. But
Oh
like
yeah, absolutely.
story wise, I don't know. It's really tough because it has kind of like an anthology type of vibe to it. So like each
Yeah.
character has like its 3 episodes, and there's some character stories I like better than others, and sometimes it didn't really feel like we're watching the same show. I feel like I was watching like it was jumping around, which it kind of was, I guess. But
Yeah, especially with the animation changes.
yeah, I did think it was kind of cool how like some of the stories would interconnect and like tie together. Like some character would pop up there, but then they pop up later and stuff like that. So I think writing
Yeah.
story wise, I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10. Like it's good and there's good moments. I think overall it's kind of hard to feel invested in it, especially when it's jumping around a bunch and also the timelines too. I can't tell if I was like, is this like a flashback scene or is it the present? Yeah, it's a little tricky and I remember I kept confusing like which characters were who. Like I always forget, but I like recognize like who it was and stuff. But yeah, that's like my thoughts on it critically. I think the animation is really good, but story wise could be a little bit better, but it was good.
Yeah.
And I did like
Yeah.
how it was experimental with both not just the animation but also the story. Like I do like appreciate that they're being experimental and trying something different too. So I do respect them for that.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
But um, I guess also for having fun watching it. I definitely had fun watching it here and there. I mean, there's some fight scenes that just keep going on. Like I was really surprised,
Yeah.
like damn, this
Yeah.
it's kind of cool. But I'm like, this is like half the episode, and there's keeps on going. I'm like, how much blood, sweat, and tears did these animators have to do to get this scene pulled out?
Yeah. Yeah, and there's like some funny bits that they got a laugh out of me. Like when they first realized that the main character of the first arc was name's Ling Ling, I think, right?
Mm.
Yeah,
Ling Ling Ling.
Lin,
Um,
Ling.
Lin Ling. Oh yeah, that's what it was. When they first realized he looks kind of like Nice, it's because Nice's agent, I guess, or handler, like grabs a bucket, spins around, and hurls it at him and hits him in the head while he's trying to run away because they're accusing him of having something to do with Nice's death. So just the way it was done, and since it had some white paint, somebody got in his hair, and she's like, "Hey, does he kind of look like Nice?" Like, for some reason, that made me laugh. And then, um, uh, Ham or Lemon mentioned that girl has like one of the heroes has like a teleporter gun, but it can only take her to her boyfriend.
Yeah, the restrictions on her. Yeah.
Yeah, Lin Ling kind of figures it out to where he gets it to send her where she wants to go, which turns out to be like this beautiful tropical island. So she goes out there with a suitcase, and like an episode later, you find out the island's deserted. She's just been surviving like castaway until he comes to visit her. I'm like, okay, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like some of the fight scenes are pretty good. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, then it goes downhill.
Yeah, like immediately after that. I mean, yeah, some of the fight scenes were good, but I guess, like I said, there's just a few things I had problems with that kept me from fully having fun with it.
For me, I think there's a few good arcs, and then like Lemon was saying, then there's ones where you're like, I'm just not as interested. And just enjoyment wise, it kind of kept fluctuating because it was like, okay, I like this arc. This arc was actually pretty emotional, like Lucky Cyan or Cyan or however you want to pronounce it. Like her story was actually really nice.
Nice.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
But and then it just felt like it was a pity competition later on. It was like, oh, which story is the most emotional? Like,
who's got the saddest backstory?
yeah, it's like, oh, their parents died, and oh, this one didn't. Oh, she's not a hero, but she thinks her father's not alive, but he is alive. But he killed this other hero's parents, and the reason why this person's parents died was because the hero that he thought was he was going to get vengeance on was fighting, and they crashed the plane, which is why she became lucky. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I really do appreciate the connection, and it's like, oh, that's kind of neat that they're doing it. Like you're seeing them and making it doing it as well. But then like the whole show, and this kind of goes a little bit with the critical, so I won't go too much or what would change. It just felt just introductions, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
24 episodes of introductions, and then nothing happens. And it's like, well, a lot happens, but like the first arc was in the beginning. Not duh. The first arc was in the present, and then some time does happen later on, and then it's present again. And now everyone looks weird because I'm used to the 2D. And
Yeah.
then um and then it's the tournament. And it's like, okay. Like it was just I don't know. It's like if you watched a bunch of training videos for the World Cup of each team and then you don't get to watch the competition.
Like you watch the yeah. Yeah, I get what you mean.
And so enjoyment wise, it was definitely more of a 7 for me. I did like the opening song. That was pretty catchy.
Oh yeah, it's iconic.
But and then of course the animation, I don't need to repeat. It's the same thing as what you guys really. So this like just enjoyment. It really just depended. There's some characters that I knew I wasn't gonna like Dragon Boy, and Nice just kept kind of going downhill, but
Yeah.
his story was kind of understandable, and then Esol, I just don't care.
Yeah.
Like his story was emotional, but then like he became his own enemy, and then it's like, well, I just don't care about you anymore because you're making these stupid decisions, which I don't know why. But
Yeah.
whatever. That's my feelings on it for the moment.
Yeah, I feel like I'd get like so hyped up, but then like you just like dial it back down to like 0. I'm like, oh, but
Yeah,
then I
not
get like
enough
hyped up
chaos.
again, and yeah. Also, I feel like it's one of those shows. It's like you almost have to watch it like twice to like really fully grasp what's going on. Because I feel like there's a lot of like after I finished watching all of it, I had to like go watch up a few videos on YouTube to explain like what was going on.
Oh, I was on the wiki page like every episode.
Really?
Well, and even the
Like
way oh, sorry.
so you go ahead, makeup.
Well, even the way Hammerhead was just describing that one episode, I was like trying to keep track of who did what to when, and I was like, yeah, that it gets kind of convoluted.
And gosh, I'm ready, but I'm not too excited to talk about the trust system.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Oh, we can continue. We can talk about it, but
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I remember for a while there, I kept thinking the X, like Hero X, the main guy that like does a snappy thing and switches the animation style. For a while there, I thought he was Lean Lean. Like I thought, like, oh, Lean Lean must like abandon like nicest persona, become his own thing. That's what he became. But then you
Yeah.
find turns out like, oh, never mind, it's a different dude. It's like
Totally different guy.
I was kind of annoyed because like towards the end, I was kind of annoyed to pick that up towards the end of the show. But anyways, but I think it's good for the enjoyment side. What do you want to talk about for the trust system, Miko?
Okay.
Hammerhead say.
Oh, do you want to go first or me?
Oh, you can go first.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I think the trust system is very flawed. When I first started thinking it was really stupid was the ESOL episodes, and everyone's like, "Oh, people are switching their trust from ESOL to the new ESOL, the old to the new," and it's like, why can't people trust more than one person?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what? People only have limited of one trust. That's the only trust they can give. You are only worth one trust. Sorry, you can't trust anyone
Sorry,
else. You trust
I
the
gave my
hero.
I gave my trust to my wife, so sorry, I can't give it
Yeah,
to you.
I can't trust
Yeah.
my kids. You know,
Yeah.
and that's why it's like, how can anyone have zero trust when going back to like CNs with Luo or wherever? It's like, yeah, I can see why people detest him, and yeah, now his parents are dead too. But oh wait, no. It was the guy that was Esol. Yeah, he had zero trust, and it was like his classmates didn't trust him. It's like they didn't define what how trust becomes a value, and how people can acclimate trust. I don't know if it explains more in the prequels. Kind of prequels. They're not prequels, but I'm assuming they're in the same universe because it's to be hero and to be heroine. Sorry, that's the drug.
Oh,
Are they pronounced the same?
oh yeah, they are.
Oh, okay, that I'm not going crazy. I honestly don't know if they have the trust system well. I was trying to look up just the definition of trust, and fear also apparently isn't really explained of where it came from. Well, obviously, you just have
Yeah,
fear. But anyways, it's like I it's just statistically impossible for someone to have zero trust. They don't trust themselves. Do you not count your own trust? That type of thing.
oh yeah,
Like, why doesn't every single person have some type of power? Like in My Hero Academia, if it's a trust and everyone has to trust value, which they say everyone has to trust value.
yeah.
Like, why can't like you're saying, Mako, why can't my wife be like super strong and actually clean the house? Okay, sorry. And
That's terrible.
I know, but it's just so many factors that don't make sense. It's like there's aliens, but no one cares about that.
Gloss over that.
It's like did that cause the trust when that first arrived? Or something like that. It's just I'm okay with some ambiguity. You don't need to know everything,
Yeah.
but things are really relied on it, giving a basis, the definition, and why someone can't have any trust. It's just like it's got to make some sense. Like, was it meant to be trust, and was it actually something else? And then they decided to call it trust. And why is it only one kid only needs one trust to start gaining some powers, but someone that has like 10 can only like lift stronger?
Yeah.
It's like it can't just be the trust; it has to be the feeling behind the trust, seeing them as a hero, and then the trust unlocks that power. But honestly, they easily could have fixed that Esol problem if it was just like, oh, I'm similar to Esol, but I'm not Esol. I'm my own person. Boom, easy, done. Okay.
Right.
He's like, no, I'm going to kill whatever. No, he didn't say that right at first. But he's like, well, I'm just gonna replace him because apparently I can't think outside the box.
Yeah.
So that's my main issues with trust and even fear, I guess. It's just everyone should be having powers if it's just that based off that trust. There'd be a lot more powers, and also, why he get powers, and then then there's the dog. They saw the dog fighting. Okay,
Oh
I can
yeah.
see why they can give it the powers. But then there's like the DJ guy that becomes the enemy. It's like he gained a lot of trust because he did music, and then he became a hero. And so it's like, why did he have like 200,000 trust from doing his music and not be a hero until a certain threshold or something?
Yeah.
It's illogical. I'm sounding like a Vulcan. It just makes no sense to me.
Yeah. And that was kind of the same issue I had. Like it just falls apart when you dig into it just even a little bit. Like let's say there was a presidential election and like would the candidates start getting superpowers depending on how popular they were? Would the president become super president?
Yeah,
You know,
just
like,
have presidential elections, have them fight.
yeah, exactly.
One way to do it.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, you summed everything else up really well, though.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, like just that, and I mean, did you have anything else to say?
No.
Another beef with it, and this is more of a personal thing. Um, it the trust system feeds too easily into that one genre. I think it's called shonen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like sort of Dragon Ball Z style. I believe in myself, fight to the end kind of thing. Is that what a shonen is?
Yes. 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 Sir.
Oh, no, you're good. Yeah, and the thing is, there's so many that I'm actually sick of them. Like, there's Dragon Ball Z, there's My Hero Academia, there's Naruto, and it's just kind of the same thing, but repackaged.
The
And like,
Chinese. Sorry.
by the Chinese, yeah, and like To Be Hero X, it buys like it just slides directly into that because of the whole trust and fear thing. Like Lin Ling, when people discover that he's not really nice, he loses his powers, but then he goes to fight the bad guy anyway, and people see him. And one girl starts crying out, "You can do it, Lin Ling!" And then he starts gaining his powers back. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's literally powering up because of the power of belief. And I just wasn't up for it. I was tired of it. But like I said, that's just more of a personal thing for me.
I mean, I haven't really watched a lot of shonens recently, and so this was kind of a little bit refresher for me. But it's kind of funny because Lindling's, before he becomes the commoner, I think what his title is. His arc is probably like the top 3 arc for me of like the main hero characters.
Yeah.
I was like, I wanted to continue the show watching him.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I like Lin Ling. I just don't like the story that he's in, like the genre that he's in.
Yeah.
I can see that. I guess it goes into the next prompt. What would you change or do differently for the show to make it better?
So you guys are going to mention it already. I would say the writing was actually fine. It was really the presentation, because a lot of the characters had decent stories that I wouldn't mind watching more individually, such as Lin Ling, Lucky Cian, Queen. Those are kind of the top ones, and then I guess To Be Hero, not To Be Hero. Oh, sorry, Hero X. And then the other ones are they're okay. Lolly was okay. Dragon Boy, I don't really care for Dragon Boy. Who was some of the other heroes? The dog was fine.
Yeah, dog was fine.
But it's like they kept showing. I kept seeing him in the opening. I'm like, when are they gonna show the dog?
Yeah, I was like, I want the dog.
And he like gets one episode, really.
Yeah.
And then the next episode is about Hero X, and then the dog's with him, which I'm kind of okay with them being buddy buddies, but that's fine. And then there's a lot of stuff about Nice, even though he was dead, and then
And then he comes back and he's
yeah,
evil.
yeah, that one's interesting. Don't know if he fully died with the suicide and that they just put fear in him or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then Isol. I already shared my thoughts about him. And okay, you reminded me. One scene that was pretty funny was, oh gosh, who's that stoic one? Lemon, the assassin guy.
Oh, Ghostblade.
Yeah, Ghostblade. He's like, I chose the coolest name of Ghostblade. Like, what a middle schooler thought.
Right.
I was like, freaking whatever. And that story is gonna be weird, and I kind of forget. I don't even know what that kid's name. Little Johnny, that beast tamer guy. Even though it's just the alien cat. I don't know. The best scenes with him were like when he was interacting with Soul Blade, but and then Isol. I don't know. I think he wasn't using his brain. Like, oh, let's kill Moon for no reason.
Yeah.
Let's decide I'm just going to take over the person's name instead of becoming my own thing, and then let's decide to try to kill these people because they're going to make us irrelevant.
Yeah.
And then never go about that ever again. We're just going to ignore that alien stuff again.
I know, like aliens showed up and then they just kind of talked about it for like one episode and then kind of just forgot about it. It's like what?
Kind of a big sin.
which is the reason why the one dude that has the cat alien, his dad died, is because they thought he created stuff, which I think he was just saying so he could get rid of him, but I don't know. Yeah, that's what I mean. Kind of like presentation is they're showing too much to hype you up for the second season. I feel like that was the whole reason of the first season.
Oh,
Like
are they
it was,
getting
huh?
like are they guaranteed a second season already?
That's what people were talking about because he's like,
Oh.
"Oh, we're going to defy fate," and which is, I have no idea. And then, um, like the format of them going back and forth between different things, the connection was fine, but it took like 10 episodes to connect one thing.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh yeah, this happened in episode 2. I was like, well, I don't remember that much anymore. And so it's okay with reading, especially if it's like hand in hand, because you can just pull it quickly, switch back to those pages, and go back there. I
Yeah.
guess you can kind of do that with anime. You know, you just pull up the previous episode, but it's harder to skim through, and I don't know. It could have been presented more. There could have been less heroes.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because what you're saying kind of sounds like the fatigue people had with the MCU, where it was like, oh, this character shows up. Oh, what is he from? He's from this Disney Plus series that released a year ago. And you're like, well, I don't have time to watch that. You know, it's like you shouldn't have to keep going back and reviewing stuff to know what's going on now.
Yeah, and so that's kind of the presentation issue for me. And so if they're able to make it translate better to help the audience, I think it would be received a lot more. I don't know how highly anticipated this was because this is my first experience with To Be Hero X. I didn't read it or I didn't see the previous stuff. And so, people that I've seen or read previous things, they might be like, oh, okay. Like I already know everything about this. I'm just excited to see this in animated form.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, you mentioned it kind of reminds me. This kind of goes back a little bit, but I also realized there's not just trust and fear, but there's also luck. Like there's luck that plays in this world, and it's like, what is
Oh. Yeah.
That actually brings up really quick. Sorry,
Very good.
because X, it's kind of sounding like he didn't get his power until he tossed the coin to Lucky Sean.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
that's what it kind of sounded like in the last episode. And he was like, I don't know if it was from that, everything. I could try looking it up really quick, but because he doesn't rely on trust. Lucky Sean, luck doesn't rely on trust.
Yeah.
Lolly's,
yeah.
huh?
I was about to mention, Lolly as well, but yeah.
Oh yeah, Lolly. Her battle suit is based off the alien, not technology, but the metal and the materials.
Yeah.
And so there are people that can fight without the trust system, and because X came in without having any trust, I'm assuming, because no one's heard of him until he got into the competition and just wiped out everyone. Maybe they'll explain that he actually did some stuff before that, but
Yeah.
it's just like, I guess that's how you define fate, defying fate, and so there might be other people that join him. I feel like the people that he helped are going to be like on his side. I don't know. Like the good versus bad. Like the dog might help him, Lindling might help him, Cian, Queen, Lolly, and then the other
Yeah.
ones not. They might be the anti-heroes. I don't know. That's what this my thoughts.
Yeah, it's definitely a confusing show, but
I am confused.
yeah, still confusing. But last question: did the show make you feel anything, like any emotions or anything like that? Or?
Nothing like deep, nothing that makes me go, well, my life is better for having seen this.
I already shared enough emotion.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like a weird thing to say this show did not change my life or whatever. But I mean, there are some shows where afterwards you think, I'm glad I watched that. Like Coco. Coco is one of my favorite movies. Because I think about the ending every now and then. But with To Be Hero X, I'm just like, if it comes out and the second season's popular, more power to them.
Yeah, it's kind of how I feel too. Like, I had lots of fun watching it and getting a lot of hype, but after finishing it, the the feeling I feel afterwards is more just confusion, kind of like rather than like, oh my gosh, that's so deep, you know. I do feel like there's probably like one or two episode arcs that probably stick with me. I think Hammers mentioned too, like Lucky Cyan stuck with me a bit, and also I think it was Ghostblade. Yeah, Ghostblade, and Lucky Cyans were the ones that stuck with me the most. So I'll probably remember just those individuals. Like if I ever go back to watch it, I'll probably just skip certain arcs and just like watch the ones I want to watch.
Yeah. So here's a question for you then, both of you. Out of the 10 heroes, not only the ones that are in the tournament, like how would you rank them? Not out of strength, but like you like them the most.
I really like the dog, but the dog didn't get as much screen time.
Yeah, I like the dog a lot too.
Well, okay, not your
like, are you asking who you would trust the most?
not yes, yeah, shut up. No, rank them 1 through 10.
Oh,
10 being lowest.
10 being lowest.
Eastel will be the lowest for me.
Yeah, probably him or Dragon Boy, I think would be lowest.
You're right. He had a pretty cool like design though. Like when you turned all evil elf, like you got his ears all pointy and got consumed by fear. He's like, wow. I thought it was kind of cool like design. But other than that,
It was like, why?
you know. Yeah, like randomly he just got elf ears out of nowhere. It's like, what the heck?
I know, right?
Probably Lucky Cyan would be up there. Along with Lolly, which sounds weird, but I liked that she was trying to, still trying to scrap using nothing but a robot suit because she's too cute for people to take her seriously. I kind of liked that.
Relatable.
Of course, I relate to that. I think Lin Ling's my number one, honestly.
All right.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, like I liked him, and honestly, when I realized it was an anthology, I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And, they brought in more characters, but like we talked about a little bit, I wanted to stick with Lin Ling.
I also really liked Queen, like just her character design is really cool. And I thought it was kind of cool that she wanted to abolish the trust system.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yet
No.
she wanted to abolish it, but then again she used it. So it's like it's kind of weird, but whatever.
Yeah, and okay, really quick on Queen. I still don't know. So she fought the previous ex chick, right? Which I kind of sympathize with because that one the business leader, the guild leader of the heroes, whatever corporation, was just like I'm glad you're X, but she's actually going to be the better one. I'm like, why are you saying that? Like, why can't she just use her powers right now and like rip you in half? You know? And a lot of these heroes have a lot of restraint in the wrong areas. But okay, getting off there. But Queen, when the girl goes under fear and she fights her in that one uh dock area, that was a pretty cool fight. But it shows her defeating her, and then when the police or whatever show up, she's just like crushed. And they don't like explain that, and I can't find it anywhere of like she actually lost, but did she lose? How did she lose? She had the upper hand.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys understood that scene better.
No,
Maybe
not
the
really.
fight just took a lot. The fight took a lot out of her, so she's kind of passed out afterwards. And that's what made
Oh.
her
Was it passed out? Okay,
or
that would
something
make
like
more
that.
sense.
Yeah, because when she woke up, she's like, "Oh, I gotta go to the tournament." And soon, like, I've been unconscious for like 4 days. The tournament's already been done, type of thing.
Okay, because when they show that little cutscene of her on the ground, it looked like she was like dismantled in all weird this way. I guess she could end up that way if she fell because she was flying in the air after she fought her, right?
Yeah.
You know that fight was between her and her, the queen. I felt really bad for like just the cargo containers and the ships. I'm like, imagine
I
like
know.
yeah,
I was like, what is
clean
it?
crew. Yeah,
Wait, what?
yeah. Just imagine the cleanup crew have to clean up all that big mess they made. It's like, oh my gosh, you girls, you should have gone out to the sea or something and do it.
Like when the ship blew up, I'm like, well, there's another billion in repairs.
Right? Like,
But
which one are you gonna use your superpower to clean this all up or something?
what's that one?
He's how to clean it up.
What's that one quirk in My Hero Academia where like the guy has like the head of like a spray bottle?
Oh,
Well,
I think it's just a background character, and if you're like, what's his quirk? I was like, oh, there it is. That's his job, clean up.
I remember there was a police officer that just had a cat head, and that was it.
No, really, that's funny.
It's like, well, poor guy.
But what was it? Oh yeah, I guess kind of my ranking. Yeah, I would probably go with Lindling as well. It's definitely like either the top one or like the top three or whatever like that. And then I like Cian, but I wouldn't say she's as high. No, more like 4, 5.
Yeah.
But I actually like the Queen's story, and I like her power. Um, and there are some characters that I don't like, but I like their powers. I always like electric type powers, so I like the Isol's type powers, but I don't like the character, which makes him, like or 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And then Dragon Boy has a really cool power, but it's also stupid as well because the damage he takes, he can put it back twofold, but that doesn't mean that he's durable.
Oh, yeah. So
He
it's
never,
like,
huh?
oh yeah. So it's like if somebody, I don't know, shoots him, then he's out.
Yeah, if he goes against a glass cannon, he should just be gone.
Yeah.
And which it sounds like that's what he was training for, is to become more durable. But
Yeah. Yeah.
and then the dog is definitely on the top, even though you didn't see him.
Maybe nice, like evil nice would be at the bottom. I don't know. Thought he had like kind of a smarmy, lackadaisical thing about him.
Yeah, yeah. His and Easel's are just kind of depressing because they just kind of just go downhill, just keep going downhill.
Yeah.
And then they actually did pretty good justice on all the female characters. Um, they all were kind of, they had their own personalities and they're all strong in their own way.
Yeah.
And all, and it's just, I don't know. Some of the top tens, I'm like, if there's someone with a more realistic power, you'd probably get your butt whooped. But whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, To Be Hero X, he'd be in the top 10, top as well. And a lot of the guys just kind of whatever.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
I did like the aura that X had when he like got into his like superhero form.
Yeah.
Oh, you get like the slick hair and the sunglasses.
Yeah, in the suit and all that, and he doesn't even like fight. He just snaps his fingers and evades.
Yeah.
My favorite part was he like crumpled up by Dragon Ball into like a little paper balloon. That'd be kind of horrifying though. Imagine like sticking someone to like a 2D service, like you're stuck there forever now. And it's like, oh shoot.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
The way it looked like it when he was going back in and out is that it kind of looks 3D and everyone else becomes 2D in your perspective. So you don't look 2D. But yeah, no, you're stuck in the back rooms essentially where you can see.
The backwards.
And then I felt so bad because he's like, oh, here's your nemesis that can go in and out kind of like you. It's like, where was he? He's
Right?
wrong. What the heck?
Just pulling them out of nowhere.
I know. Whatever. Okay.
But yeah, we all glad that I made you guys watch it.
Always.
Yeah. I mean, these reviews aren't always for us to love things. It's to be honest in our reviews about certain shows, even if we might be the minority, because the majority of people seem to enjoy this series for
Yeah.
this one.
They're just wrong.
Ha!
No, I'm just kidding.
15-year-old me would have liked this a lot more. Even though I still liked a lot of rom-coms back in that day still, but I did like a lot more shonen, even though relatively recently compared to my history watching anime, I watched Naruto after we graduated college. And so it's like I still like shonens. But you know, you have to be in the right mood for these type of shows. And they definitely have to have things that want to keep you watching.
Yeah. I agree.
Well, cool. Well, you guys have anything else to add or say about that before we head out?
No.
I mean, if the second season does come out, I don't know how motivated I'd be to watch it. If we're all together, I'd probably wouldn't mind doing like a watch party.
Yeah.
And so we can kind of, if it becomes a conclusion, I should add.
Oh, yeah.
If they do conclude the show, then I might continue watching it because I know it's going to leave a bad taste in my mouth if I see some stuff in the future and it's like, I'm not caught up.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the companies too. And it wasn't like I hated the show like I've hated other shows. And so I wouldn't mind seeing the conclusion to
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah, that's about how I feel about it too. It's like the second season comes out and I hear it's good, I'll probably check it out. But it's not something I'd be waiting on the edge of my seat to watch.
Yeah.
When did the show come out?
I think it was last year.
I see.
25.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah. Also, whose turn is it to host next time?
Mako.
Moi?
Mhm.
I do
Are you
actually have
excited?
something in mind already. A few things. Oh, do I want to say it? Is that what you said?
Yeah, sure.
Goes. Yeah, sure. Go
Oh.
for it.
Oh, I had two thoughts. One was the last one I suggested was the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. So I kind of toyed around with having you guys watch the original Dark Crystal movie because that's free on YouTube.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. But there's also this other movie that just came out called Goat. And I watched it the other day and I'm like, I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it. So I'd also like your guys' input on that.
Mm-hmm.
That one's on
Goat.
Netflix. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's your decision, but okay. We'll let the listeners
Yeah, we'll hash it out off screen.
get excited.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks again for joining us on another Sharkbites. I hope you all see you all again in the next episode. Stay safe out there and keep on watching.
Bye.
Bye-bye.